More and more, we have become a society of burnt out, stressed out, overworked people. And today I wanted to talk about the importance of self-care, and in particular, self-care as a mother and as a wife. And we spend so much time taking care of everyone else, running all over the countryside, taking care of everyone else's needs, that I think more and more women in particular are putting less focus on their own self-care. And if we don't take care of ourselves, we don't have the ability to take care of everyone else that's in our life. And when I turned 50, I decided that enough was enough. It was finally time to start thinking more about myself. I started focusing on incorporating things into my life that brought me joy, things that I enjoyed, things that I had fun doing, things that relaxed me, things that were something that I could even just do on my own. And I think that's another important aspect, is that you have to be comfortable doing things alone. I did do a video about that recently. I'll tag it up here. But part of your self-care is just being able to be alone and doing things alone, because a lot of the activities that I do for my self-care, I do alone actually, the majority of them. So today in my video, I'm going to share my top 15 things that I enjoy doing, not really all enjoy, but that I do try to help with my self-care. And, you know, even by incorporating a few of these things, this can improve your quality of life so much. And it's important for us to cultivate our own identity. Hi friends, if you're new here, I'm Lori. Welcome to my channel. This is Ever After 50. I am a midlife, mid-sized working mom. I have 2 adult kids living in the home, 17 and 20. I have 2 cats. I have a small business. And I'm a Gen Xer with lots of life experience. I'm here to share my experiences. And I hope if any of this resonates with you, you will subscribe. Thank you for being here. Now let's get to the video. All right, friends, you've got me now here with my Valentine decorations. I've got my tea, my spiced chai latte with my orange bird mug. I've shared with you that I am a Disney fan. I'm a Disney adult, one of those weird Disney adults, happily and proudly. But so I wanted to talk about what I do for my self-care. I mentioned, you know, that in my 50s, a light bulb went off. And I think this happens with a lot of middle-aged women, where we decide it's time to make some changes in our lives and put those changes into action. So for me, I really wanted to focus on myself. And I did go through a transformation. I'll share that video up here, how I decided to transform many different aspects of my life. And part of that was focusing on my self-care. And for me, you know, I've been so busy always just devoting all of my time to the family. And I allowed myself to kind of get lost in that. When I turned 50, it was time to make some changes. I think the biggest thing was incorporating exercise. Now, I will admit, I am not a fan of the gym. I've never liked the gym. I always found it to be very stressful. So, and for me, I have PCOS, which I've had since I was 19, and the gym just stresses me out. It stresses out my body. I'm not a fan. So for people with that condition, mild walking and strength training is more optimal. So I keep that in mind, obviously, because I'm trying to manage that condition as well. But walking has been something that I've started. And for me, I'm not, you know, a speed walker going on any speed races. I'm just doing casual walking. And when I go out for walks outside, I make a point of, okay, today I'm going to look for birds. Today I'm going to really look at the trees. Today I'm going to look for, you know, fallen branches. So I make a point of focusing on something else that's in nature. And I love my walks. The second thing that I prioritized with my self-care is reading. And I shared in a video about ways to save money this year, which I will tag up here as well. Sorry, I'm going to become the queen of tagging videos. But anyways, in that video, I talked about saving money by getting books from the library, but I do also enjoy buying certain books that I like to have as part of my collection. And I try to incorporate at least, 20 minutes a day. I also just love taking a book and going to either the library to read or going to the bookstores. Our city, we have Indigo chapters, so I like to go there and set up shop, basically, like I've moved in. I bring a snack, I get a coffee, and I bring my book. Anyways, I just wanted to show you what I've most recently read and what I'm working on. So I finished this one here, The Italian Hotel. This is really cute. It's just a cute, lightweight read. So that was really cute. And actually, I've got an Amazon storefront now for Canadian Amazon. So it's linked in the description. And all of the books that I'm reading or have read are there. But I just finished actually last night this one, the Lisa Marie and her daughter. This was really good. Very heartbreaking story. Yeah, very heartbreaking story, but really good. Now I'm also working on this now. So this is, he's not lazy. So this is just dealing how to handle, when you've got teenage sons in the house that are showing, signs of unmotivation, and just how to handle those situations. But also, I'm really excited to start this one too. We Can Do Hard Things. This is really good. There's so many different categories in here. I'll just quickly, who am I really? How do I figure out what I want? How do I let go? How do I forgive? How do I get unstuck? So this is going to be a really good read. But so that's one thing. Another thing that I like to do, sorry, we've got Dante over here in the corner wrecking the chair. But yeah, so I have started to prioritize my reading, and that's something for 2026. Reading was number 2, but it's kind of tied into the reading is number 3, which is to get out for a coffee and take your book with you. Now, I chatted about that in number 2. Is just getting out of the house and going for a coffee. And whether you just go for a coffee and sit at the mall, or you go for a coffee and you go to the bookstore. And I do that on Saturday mornings, usually. Sorry, Dante, my cat, he's going nuts. The 4th thing is that I love doing the adult coloring. And over the Christmas holidays, I had the 2 weeks off. So I actually did a lot of coloring with my kids too. But I love the books. And I just wanted to show you some of the ones that we got. There's so many of them on Amazon, at the bookstores, at Walmart, wherever. And I think for some people it gets overwhelming because a lot of these are like, the print is really difficult and it's kind of chaotic looking. So some of the ones we have, like this Christmas one here, and let me just show you what I mean. Like this, like when I look at that, my eyes go sideways. Like that's way too overwhelming. But there are a lot of other good pages in this one. But we found these cute, what are they called? The cozy books. And this is the way they look. And they're good because they have really big, like the photos are really big, the coloring pages. So look, this is the way they are. And then we bought the nice markers at the bookstore, but the thing is that the markers always leak through the back, so you have to make sure you put your little piece of paper in there. But so like this is cute. This is my daughter did this one. So these we really like too. And then oh my gosh, you know what? I have Disney put out a whole bunch of these adult coloring books as well. But I also found this one on Amazon. And this one's really cute. And even because they're Christmas, I mean, I'll still color in them now. I don't care. But this one's really nice. The font and the pictures are a little bit like smaller as well, like the lines, but it's still really nice and kind of, it's got that country Christmas. But so I love doing the adult coloring. That's another thing that I do. I love to paint. I did say that I'm a creative person, so I love to do any of the acrylic painting. I'll just buy the canvases from the dollar store and the acrylic paint, and then I just go online and I look there for inspiration, or inspiration around your home. And I just, I'll do seasonal for different holidays. So another thing too is just painting rocks. My kids and we would always do that. And even as an adult, I'll choose a theme and then, go gathering rocks and paint those. And I've painted rocks to use as like door jambs for all of the rooms in the house. We've got some for different themes. We're a Disney family here. So we did a whole Disney theme for Star Wars with rocks. So that's another thing that I enjoy doing. So it's very inexpensive. Go gather up some rocks and do some painting. I'm still working on my tea here. Here in Canada in the winter, it's extremely cold. There's lots of snow. I'm not really a winter person. I prefer the summer. I love the sunshine. I love the beach. So that's my next point is, what I love to do is just go to the beach, take a book, Yeah, I'll go to the beach myself also. I don't care. I'm very comfortable doing things alone. So I love the beach, just the sound of the waves, the sand, the sun. So I'll take a drive to the beach. The beach is about 45, 50 minutes from our house. Take a drive to the beach, set up shop basically, bring the coloring or journaling or just a book to read. And then I also like to go and collect seashells. So collect some unique rocks and collect seashells. That's something I also like to do for self-care. Back to the theming of books. Another thing that I've started this year is journaling. And I've decided to do journaling like for Psalms journaling. So there's a lot of different books that you can get. And when I was at the bookstore last week, I saw they have multiple tables of different types of journals. And actually, one second. My husband has his right here. And then we also got this. So this is 52 lists of calm. And then there's another one that we got for my daughter, and it is, I think, 52 lists for happiness. And then there's there's an entry, and you read it, and then you do your own reflections. Now, this is my husband, so I'm not going to look at that. But so I got this for myself. I'm doing the Psalms, and this I got off of Amazon. And I love this because it has the verse and then there's a blank page beside. So you can write your own, reflections. So if you can see. So this, I can't remember how much this was, but, and then I ended up getting one for everyone in the family. So not the same one, everyone has a different one. And then what we're going to try and do is get together once a week. And we haven't done that yet. We're right in the middle of exam season here for my son and a new semester in university for my daughter. So time's a bit wonky right now. But our plan is to get together on the weekends, even for just half an hour, and all of us to work on our psalm entries. And like together, but independently. So that's another thing that I have incorporated for my self-care is to do journaling. I've kind of lost track of what number I'm at, so I'm just going to go through and start rambling about the other things that I enjoy as part of my self-care plan. And so included in that would be doing meditation and doing yoga. I feel like they're both intended for relaxation. Now, yoga I find a little bit stressful for me. I'm not a small person. It's awkward and uncomfortable to do some of those movements. But yoga is intended to relax people, and then meditation as well, even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes a day. And there's a lot of videos online also that can help you with that. So that's those are two other things that I try to incorporate. Where's my list here? Oh, playing an instrument. So we have a piano here. It's in the front room here. Our daughter was taking lessons when she was younger, and the piano's been sitting here. And my goal is that I want to learn how to play the piano. So that's another thing for your own self-care that I would suggest. Learn how to play an instrument. When's the last time you went to a spa or went to get your nails done or your feet done or your hair done? Now, for me, I try to do whatever I can do myself. I'll do myself to save money. I do my own hair. I do my own roots. I cut my own hair with the help of my husband. And actually, I've got a video here about doing your own root job and how that's going to save you a ton of money. But I also do my own nails. They're not anything special. I do my own pedicures as well. In my books, basically, whatever I can do myself, I'm going to try and do myself to save money. And if I can save money on all of those things to put towards other things that I really want, then that's what we've done here in this house. Because for me, going on trips and traveling is a priority. I need that for my own mental health. And it could just be even something very small. It doesn't have to be some grand adventure. But so, when I can save money in other areas so that I can prioritize funds for other things, then that's what I do. However, when I say, when's the last time you've been to a spa? Okay, if you can't afford a spa, which I haven't been to the spa in a long time either, have a bubble bath. Create your own spa at home. So make sure you tell everyone that, this is the night I'm going to do it, and everybody needs to leave the house. And create yourself a nice bath with some candles, grab your book. Even, incorporate into that night if you're going to do your nails or your pedicures. So create your own spa night at home if you don't have the funds to go out and do one at a salon. My next suggestion is, and something that I also love, is to go for a drive in the country. Who else loves that? There's just so much peace when you're on the open road, and there's nothing but farmland, farm animals, trees, farmhouses. I love that. The highway isn't my idea of a relaxing drive, but I love the country. And in the summer and in the fall, particularly when the leaves have changed, I find that very peaceful. It's very peaceful. It's very relaxing. Of course, until you have someone behind you that's tailing you and wanting you to hurry up. But I really enjoy long drives, or even a short drive, 20 minutes, in the country, just to go out, explore, look at the scenery, look at the animals. Okay, who else feels horribly guilty when they curl up on the couch and start watching TV? That would be me. But we have to move away from that feeling of guilt, because we absolutely need to have our downtime and our self-care time. And if you enjoy watching television, then that's something that you should prioritize. I enjoy just having my own time to curl up on the couch, pick something that I want to watch that maybe no one else wants to watch. And for me, maybe not the norm. I love, I'm a Disney fan. I've said that before many times. I'll sit and watch cartoons. I love a lot of the Disney show, like movies, Lion King, like all the live action. I'm not sure what people's thoughts are on those, but I love the live actions. Lion King, Mustafa. I love those. Those are some of my favorites. Also a Marvel fan. Star Wars, absolutely number one, and Jurassic Park, absolutely number 1.5. So between those two, Star Wars and Jurassic, those are tied. So I really, those are my comfort movies, Star Wars and Jurassic. Jurassic doesn't seem very comforting, but for me, I don't know what it is. So when I want to just have a nice relaxing night, or if I've got the day off and I want to just take that time to binge some TV, those are my go-tos. It's either going to be Star Wars or Jurassic. So in this house, if people hear Jurassic, they're like, oh no, mommy's in one of her, I need to relax moods. So that's something that I really enjoy, is curling up on the couch, make yourself a coffee or a tea, have a little snack, and watch your movies. I've got Gideon here with me, and I hope that I provided some insight for you. I kind of rambled a bit, like I usually do, and I've given lots of suggestions to things that you can do to, prioritize your self-care. I think it's really important as women, mothers, wives, that we prioritize our own happiness, our own adventures and things that we want to do and have fun and joy and peace and all that stuff. Because if we don't take care of ourselves, we can't take care of everyone else, including these little cuties. So, right, kids? Right? So if you've made it here to the very end, I appreciate you very much. And I hope that you'll share in the comments some things that maybe I've missed. What do you enjoy doing in your spare time for your self-care? And join the conversation for any of you in the comments. I love it when I see other people engaging. That's great. That's the whole point of the videos, is to, oh, what do you see? You see somebody? Is to get people talking. It's to get people, communicating with others, feeling like they're not alone, having someone they can relate to. And I do appreciate all of you that are here. And I'm going to try and incorporate a live, maybe once every 2 weeks, just depending on time. So I hope that you'll stick around for all of that. Thank you again for being here. And until next time, bye for now.